Welcome back, everybody. I'm Austin Reed. Thank you for joining us. Connect with me on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok at Austin Reed On Air. Summer is here, and if you want to keep your home safe, you want to keep it covered, I've got just the idea for you. Joining us in our Tower District studios, give it up for. Tell how do you say your first and last name? I don't want to butcher it.
It's Tarn. It's a barn with a T. That's the easiest way to say. Yeah, Sandhu. So it's pretty easy to say. Yeah.
Welcome, brother.
Nice to meet you. Pleasure to be here. Appreciate you having me.
Thank you for joining us. We've got a lot to talk about. I want to start with your story. So you have been in the insurance industry for a couple of years now.
Correct.
You're from Selma.
Right.
So you're from the Valley.
Yeah. So I was born in Merced. Lived in Selma my whole life. Been here for about 32 years now. I was raised there with my two sisters and my parents. Now I'm married with my wife Danielle, my 2-year-old little daughter Aria. Hi Aria. Hi babe. And yeah, so I used to be in car sales before. So I used to be I'm a salesman at heart. I love helping people.
Right.
So it's kind of cool to go from helping people get their dream car or achieve their dreams to now pivot to help protect that that dream and stuff, and then obviously move into bigger and better things like their home, something like what we're going to talk about today.
And you cover everything from auto to home to life. It's a big.
It's a broad, we have auto, home, life. If you have a business, we can do your business as well. If you have a cat, if you have a dog, we partner with Pets Best. And the summer's coming up, so I know a lot of people are going to be wanting to go to Mexico. So we do offer Mexico insurance, so you don't have to do it, by 6 months or for a full year. We can do by, if you're going to be there for 8 days, we can get you coverage for 8 days. So yeah, we have a pretty broad variety of coverages for our clients.
Is that real popular here in the Valley?
I think so. Yeah, a lot of my friends, a lot of clients, a lot of family do travel quite a bit. I just know my neighbor just is going to Mexico here in a couple of weeks, so yeah.
Why have that coverage? Because that's something I think a lot of people don't even think about when they travel.
Right, because your coverage here that you have here in the United States, it doesn't necessarily travel internationally. So what you want to do is you want to make sure you have a companion policy for international travel, because you never know what's going to happen. I mean, you're in a foreign country, and you just want to make sure you and your family are protected. It might be an extra expense that you may not think about, but in the long run, it's worth it. When you have assets to lose, you have if you have a job, you have your wages, your home. There's a lot at stake, so you want to make sure that you have it all protected.
Well, speaking of summer, you have been working all week researching kind of some things to keep in mind for our viewers and your clients, maybe soon-to-be clients. Outdoor maintenance going into summer, very important. Why?
Just to make sure, little things that you wouldn't think of, just to make sure, like, for example, like if you have your gutters, you want to make sure that they're clean, there's no twigs in there, and there's no moisture built up, because that can lead to mold, right? You wouldn't think about your gutter leading to mold, so something on the outside. And then also, in the beginning of summer and towards the end is a good time, it's not too hot yet, or it's cooling down, to take a look at your roof. Make sure it's proper, there's no nicks anywhere, there's no tiles peeling off. You want to make sure that looks great. And then also if you have a deck as well, you make sure you scrub that with soapy water, make sure that's all great. And then any dry debris, like any brush you have, you want to make sure you clear out at least 30 feet around your house, because you see on the freeway when you're driving around, sometimes you see smoke, smoldering here and there. You never know, it might get too hot if it's too dry. You don't want that to be too close to your home. So you want to make sure you have about 30 feet. And then one thing that people don't think about is make sure you have a long enough garden hose that reaches to every corner of your house, because you don't want to be stuck with something catching on fire and your hose, you can't reach all the way to the to the fire.
Yeah.
Little things like that, nothing too crazy. It should only take about a weekend. Just go around, do a visual inspection. Obviously, if there's any repairs that need to be made for a roof, contact a professional. Don't obviously get up there yourself. You can use a pair of binoculars to look at the roof. But yeah, just some little tips that we can do to make sure that your home stays safe.
This is so important that we're in summer now. 2 years ago, we had the Creek Fire.
Right.
Devastating. Tragic. Are we going to see that again this year? Who knows?
Who knows, right.
So this is why we're having this conversation.
Right. And I'm actually glad you brought up that fire, because there was an article that I was reading that in 2018, those fires that happened, about 80% of the people whose houses burned down, unfortunately, they didn't have enough coverage to rebuild their home. So if you think about that, if you look outside your street, 4 out of your 5 neighbors are paying for insurance. They think they have coverage, but they're not going to get their house back. right? So, and that's where, having an agent like myself, either with Farmers or with any of the other companies, having someone that looks at making sure you have enough coverage. You don't want to be paying too much for it, right? 80%, that's a lot of people, that didn't get their home.
Yeah.
And that's money, that their hard-earned money that's going towards something that they thought they were protected, and, in the end, they weren't. But that's where we come in, right? As agents, we're here to serve. We're here to serve our clients, and I take great pride in that, serving our community here.
We're talking earlier to me before our interview about the home, what kind of everything that is covered and isn't covered. Let's go into more detail on that.
Yeah, so a couple of things that you get with homeowners insurance. Obviously, your home is covered. You're dwelling against, perils like fire, hail, lightning, etc. Then also your personal property as well. So anything that's not attached to your house, so your refrigerator, your washer, your dryer, your curtains, your blinds, those are all covered. And then also one thing that Farmers also offers is loss of use. So let's say if something does happen and you can't stay in your home, we'll cover up to a year of your hotel stay or expenses. Yeah, so it's pretty cool. So they think about that as well. And then also personal liability is a big coverage that not a lot of people know about. And what that is if something were to happen and you're financially responsible and you have to go to court and there's a court case or there's a judgment, you have that personal liability to help protect your assets and your wages. Because in the state of California, they can take up to 25% for 10 years for wage garnishments. Yeah,
Up to
25%, right? So if you factor that in, if you make about $50,000 a year, for 10 years, that's quite a bit of money. So if you have personal liability, that helps protect you there. So it's a little expense, but if you look at it long term, if you have kids, if you have a family, you don't want 10 years of your wages to be gone. That's a quarter. That's a lot. And then going back to coverages, one thing that Farmers takes into account is, obviously with COVID and everything that's going on, there's inflation, costs are going up. So we offer extended replacement costs, an additional 20% and no charge to the client.
Okay.
So they'll do 20% of whatever your home value is. They'll give you that on top because there are obviously inflations. Lumber costs go up, labor costs go up. So we think about that.
Yeah.
So that's pretty cool. But yeah, there's quite a bit of other coverages that Farmers offers. One thing that I will point out that's an interesting coverage that I liked is the service line that goes from the water line that goes from your home to the city line. You would think that the city is responsible for that because that's a city pipeline, right?
Sure.
But they're not. If that line bursts, you're responsible, and we offer coverage for that. A lot of companies do, but that's one of those little tip that I'll offer you guys here.
Yeah.
Obviously my job is to advise clients and customers. I'm not a salesman here, I'm an advisor.
Yeah.
And that's one thing I liked, going from selling cars to doing insurance is I'm here to protect people, right? And advise people, so.
Even more so now.
Right, more so. And, and I invite everybody here, if you guys have any questions, give me a call, reach out to Austin,
Yep.
He can get in contact with me as well. I'll be happy to give you some advice, whether you end up going with me or not.
Yeah.
I mean, we're here to serve the public.
Perfect.
With your show here, which I want to give Austin his flowers too. He's doing a great job here.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Thank you, brother.
Yeah.
Real quick.
Yeah.
Also, a summer topic. More people are on the roads. More people are traveling. I mean, the flights were, just packed this past weekend for 4th of July. Any advice for drivers this summer? Get coverage.
You get coverage.
Good coverage.
Good coverage, and just be safe. Keep your eyes on the road. I mean, when you're going out there, the main thing I even think myself is I'm a safe driver. I'm going to be good and safe. But normally, most of the time it's somebody else, that causes the accident. And I would just try and just stay safe. I mean, keep your eyes on the road. I mean, don't text and drive. It's hard. I know. You get that. You think it's not that important. It's not.
Right.
I don't want to sound like a beaten record. We always hear it on the road, but I would just recommend, just being cautious. I mean, be patient. Saving that extra minute. It's really not worth it.
Right. Driving 150 miles an hour.
Right. I mean, there's a reason why there's a speed limit.
I know.
So.
Stay safe, everybody. Whether you need auto, home, or life, you can connect with my friend right here. Phone number, website, Instagram.
Yeah, so you can call me or text me, 559-552-0096. Or if you're on Facebook and Instagram, it's at Tarnpreet Sandhu Agency. Office is open Monday through Friday, 8:30 to 5:30. But I'm here to serve you guys. So if you guys need anything, you know, after hours or weekends, shoot me a text. I'll definitely reach out. My website is there below, as you can see. If you go there, you'll see past reviews from my clients as well. I am rated 5 stars. I do
Nice.
take care of my clients. Yeah, hope everybody stays cool, and I hope everybody had a great 4th of July holiday.
Yeah, and here's to a happy summer. Thank you, brother. Appreciate it.
Appreciate the
Good to
opportunity.
meet you. Come back anytime,
Yeah,
okay?
love
We'll
to.
have to do more of this.
Most definitely.
All right. I'm Austin Reed. Thanks for joining us, everybody. We'll be right back.